and get started. All right.
Cool.
All right, and we're back. Black Doom here with Sonic Rivals 2, the Sonic category. Take it away.
So I'm very excited to be here. Very happy to be here. This game, I think it's a very cool game. So this game, it combines elements of like more traditional Sonic game, like like regular platforming, with elements of a racing game. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's a very cool game. It came out in 2007 for PSP. And yeah, with that, I will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so being a Sonic game, it controls pretty much like you expect it. You can run, jump, you can do spin dashes, etc, etc. So first thing I want to talk about that is exclusive to the game is something called a signature move. So if you look at the top right, corner of the game, you will notice a small bar that is filling as I'm collecting rings and destroying enemies. When the bar is full, I can perform something called a signature move. Each character has their own signature move, and Sonic's signature move is called Sonic Boom. It allows Sonic to travel much faster than intended for a short period of time, and you will be using that a lot of times throughout the run. So I used it there to skip a little barrel sequence, I guess. So normally you're supposed to jump inside of a barrel and, roll inside it and jump around the obstacles. Ooh, we will see how it looks. So normally this is what's supposed to happen. But if you time Sonic Boom just right, you can skip all of this. Saves about 5 seconds, not a big deal. Alright, oop, didn't make the jump, but it's fine. But yeah, the level is almost done, just a few more seconds before we see the goal ring. Another thing this game has going on is the game throws a bunch of small obstacles at you, which make you do quick time events. So if you press the cross button at one of them, it will throw you horizontal. If you press, wrong way. If you press the cross button, it will throw you vertically. If you press the circle button, it will throw you horizontally. But for Act 2, we have something called rival battles. So this type of rival battle is called knockout. The goal is very simple. We need to damage our opponent when they have no rings. This one is pretty simple. We need to win 3 rounds against Knuckles. Strat is like, you just stand in one place and just beat him over and over. Really simple. Just, yeah, not much you have to do. Alright, just one more. Boom. And boom. Nice. So for Act 3, we're actually gonna be switching to Tails. It's not something I can choose. The game forces me to do so. So, if you look at the character select screen of this game, so this game has 8 characters, but they're broken up into 4 pairs. And so for every Act 3, you will be switching to the other character of your pair. So Act 3 is gonna be played... Oops, I missed the thing. Nice. Oh, that's the wrong way. It's okay. So Tails has his own signature move, which is obviously gonna be flight. Like, it's a pretty common thing for Tails to do. We're gonna be utilizing that one a lot too, because it's very helpful to like skip some stuff. This game doesn't have a lot of skips because of how the levels are laid out. You can't just like... They're pretty long, like, and you can just like jump over like half of the level or something. But they still do have some stuff going on. Usually a skip in this game saves like around 5 seconds, no matter what you skip. Nice. Alright, gonna enter this tube right here. gonna fly over here. This wall doesn't exist at the top because why should it? Ooh, I crashed there. That is really unfortunate. So normally, if you enter that hang glider at a really high speed, it will retain all of your speed and you will be traveling much faster than intended. Unfortunately, if you like run into a wall, you will just exit the hang glider. Not a big deal, really. Nice. That jump on that enemy is so satisfying. And nice. And now we're entering the first boss of this run. So the way boss fights work in this game is pretty simple. It's also like a kind of race, I guess. We need to get 6 hits first, like before our opponent does. If we manage to get 6 hits before our rival, we will win the fight and we will move on. So this fight is like, it's this most simple, like the easiest fight in the game. Look, that hitbox was not very kind to me. It's actually one of the 2 fights in this game that doesn't have like terrible RNG in it going on. This game is pretty RNG heavy and I will talk about that later. But now we're moving on to our second zone. And you might be wondering, like, what's up with all of that menuing going on, right? So the thing is that this game has a sort of card collection thing going on. Like if you finish, like whenever you finish a level, the game will give you a bunch of cards for completing like certain objectives, like, I don't know, like destroying 5 enemies, like collecting 100 rings, etc, etc. And those cards take a while to show. So like each game, like the game will show you each card individually and skip to the next one, and like if you earn like 5 cards in a level, it's gonna be really slow. We also skip the result screen, and like, you know, whenever you complete a level, you move a little bit on the map of the game, and it all takes a really long time. So instead, what you can do is when you touch the goal ring, you can just exit the game and enter back. The game saves your progress as soon as you touch the goal ring, which is why it is possible. Alright, and just like that, this level is almost over. Nice. Next up, we're gonna have yet another knockout fight. It's worth mentioning that this game has multiple types of rival battles, but we will only see 2 of them. And this one is... this rival battle is still pretty simple. The strat is pretty much the same as the last time. We just stand in one place and then we attack Silver once, we attack Silver twice, and Silver is dead. Alright, round 3. Nice. Very good. Oops, nope. Little sloppy menuing. I think I forgot to talk about actually the main speedrun mechanic of this game. So you probably noticed that whenever I hit a speed pad in this game, I try to spam the kick action a lot, and that is because doing that helps you keep a lot of that speed that the speed pad gives you. So whenever I hit one, I usually wanna spam the kick button as much as possible. It's not always better to do so, but as a general rule, yeah, it gives you quite a lot of speed. So this game also includes a variety of items, which you obtain by picking those like yellow circly spinning thingies. So there are multiple... Oh, I didn't mean to grab onto that. So this game has multiple items. So for example, you know, there is an ice item which freezes your enemy. There is a fire item that can act multiple ways. I just picked up a bomb, which, I mean, it acts out like a bomb, like, you know, like you'd expect it. The very interesting thing about items in this game is that they behave differently depending on whether you're in the first or in the second place. So for example, if you're in the first place and you got the ice item, you will place an ice block on the ground, and if your rival runs into that block, they will freeze for some time. However, if you're in the second place and you will release the ice item, you will send out a little spiky thing that will chase your enemy until it hits them. And this is the thing for like pretty much all of the items in the game. So like if you're in the first place, you'll most likely place something on the ground that will damage your enemy. You know, if you're in the second place, you'll send out something that will be chasing your enemy. So yeah, this fight is the first major instance of RNG in the run. It comes in the form of how Silver's AI behaves. Like, you can get this fight done in under a minute if Silver behaves. Unfortunately, he doesn't behave here. So this one is gonna take a little bit longer than that. Still not too bad. Oh, so, well, I spoke too soon. Yeah, Silver can be really mean to you here. Alright, that's fine. Oh, come on. I didn't mean to restart. That's very unfortunate. Oh, well. We will play this one more time. It's not too bad. It's gonna take like another minute or so. Yeah, we want to just like prevent Silver from destroying those robots, because those robots is the only way to hit the boss. So we're supposed to like drop a little bomb on top of that guy down there. Yeah, just a little more. This is going pretty well, actually. You can get very unlucky with how Silver behaves. You can lose quite a bit of time. Oops, I just did the wrong thing. Oh, it's okay. Alright, hopefully one last hit. Alright, no mismenuing this time. There we go, nice. Now we're moving on to Neon Palace though, and the very interesting thing about Act 1 here is that it's not gonna be an actual race, it's just gonna be a time attack. We need to get to the end of the level as fast as possible. So being a like casino-inspired zone, this zone features like a lot of mechanics that are very common for like such zones in Sonic games, such as slot machines, pinball flippers, etc, etc. So those slot machines that I just went through, they can either drop you down like right under them, or they can let you go through, and usually we want them to let us through. I'll be honest, I still have very little idea about how they work, so it's just a timing thing, really. Like, if you just mash the button really quickly at a specific time, they will just let you through, and, you know, it's gonna be perfectly fine. This level is also very interesting because I believe that's the only level in the game that has, like, a moving platform that is very important. It will come up right here in a few seconds. Oh, nice. So that platform, I believe one cycle... Oh, I was not supposed to go down on that rail. That platform moves in 4-second cycles, I believe. So up until that point, you lose time in the chunks of like 4 seconds. So for that slot machine, you actually want to drop down It's just ever so slightly faster, but it's fine. It's just like it's faster by a second, really. So we have another knockout fight right here. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any consistent strat whatsoever, so I'm gonna have to improvise. This one is like a certified run killer. So hopefully it's gonna go well, you know, to as much as it is possible. That was a pretty decent round. Sometimes you can get a glitch where Shadow is stuck in the corner where he spawns and he doesn't move at all. The thing is that that manipulation takes a few restarts to get it, and it's not consistent at all, and it's just really slow to get to his side. So yeah, it's just better to pray that this fight is gonna go well. And you know, this fight went really well, all things considered. You can do it a bit faster, but, you know, we didn't get rolled by RNG here, so that's pretty cool. And Act 3 introduces a bingo mechanic, which is pretty simple. So there will be multiple boards in the background. Whenever someone, me or the rival, gets a row, column, or diagonal, they will get rings, and that is pretty important because the amount of rings you get is just enough to fill your signature move meter. So despite the fact that we're getting a lot of rings throughout the stage, getting a bingo here and there can be pretty important. Alright, gonna use the flight. That part is really cool. You just skip a little bit of platforming with pinball flippers there. Oops. Oh, got denied by the springs, but that's okay. Alright, will I have enough rings? Nope. Alright, nice. So yeah, I wanna skip those rolling dice because, like, you know, you're supposed to charge them and they will sort of expand and like they will rise and you will be able to like jump from them. But with Tails' flight, we can just fly over all of that. Right. Nice. And we're almost done with this level. Just one last flight here. Very nice. That was actually really good. So the boss of this zone is pretty interesting, but kind of terrible in the run because so the way this fight works is that Eggman is gonna drop a bunch of bingo cubes, and whenever someone gets a bingo, Eggman will descend and oh, that was not good, and we will be able to hit him. However, you can do a funny strat here. So sometimes Eggman can drop 2 cubes like that, and if he stacks them this way, you can stand on top of the higher cube and oh, Shadow got a bingo, that's very unlucky. So if you stand on top of the higher cube, you can damage Eggman from there. Ooh, that was not good. Yeah, you can jump, you can damage Eggman from there, and that will make the fight go significantly faster. Got a bit unlucky, but it's okay. Like, the RNG in this fight can be really cruel. You can get times from, like, 40 seconds to 2.5 minutes easily, and there is not much you can do about that. Pretty... Oh, I just got bingo myself. That's fine. But yeah, just run in circles, hitting bingo cubes. Oh, I got another bingo. I mean, that's much better than not getting bingo, which can also happen. Yeah, not getting much luck here. Oh well. Alright, we got another chance to get a few quick hits. Nice, and oh, come on, Shadow. But that's fine, that was the last hit, so it's not a big deal. So for Frontier Canyon Act 1, we're not gonna be doing a race once again. Instead, we're gonna be doing a collect rings mission, so we need to get 100 rings to beat this stage. And this, unfortunately, means that this stage is yet another RNG split in the run. So one of the items you can get from those like yellow things is a ring magnet. And I mean, that's a good thing for this stage, right? But unfortunately, it is RNG which item you will get. So hopefully we will get at least one magnet somewhere. Not yet, but ooh, that's not good. All right. Oh, come on. Yeah, I just skipped another item there, but it's fine. We'll try to get another one right here. Didn't get a magnet. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, so we'll have to play the stage a little more. Could have been better, I suppose. Oop, get over that thing. Alright, we'll collect those rings. And a couple more rings here. Nice.
Sorry.
Finally we get to see a different type of rival battle, which is called Ring Battle. The goal of this is pretty simple: get more rings than your opponent under the time limit. This one is not too bad, really. You just, like, if you just move around a bunch and spam the items and, like, kick your enemy a few times, this one is pretty easy. It's pretty easy to win. So while we're waiting, I should probably talk about some other rival battles in this game. So we're only going to be seeing 2 of those in this run. And this is the only ring battle, actually. So some of the other types include something called Capture the Chow. The way that works is that you and your opponent have a base with a Chow in it, and you have to bring opponent's Chow to your base while your own Chow is in your own base, like you know, kind of like capture the flag, I guess. There is something called King of the Hill too. So like a robot called Omachow, pretty interesting character in the Sonic universe. So it's gonna fly around the stage and emit a ray of light, and whenever you're standing under that ray of light, you're earning points, and the goal is to get a certain amount of points before your opponent does. There is also a tag rival battle, which is, you know, it's pretty simple. Tag your opponent and stay untagged until the time runs out. Right, so this race right here is the only race that I can potentially lose, and there is not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Remember when I was talking about the signature move of every character? So Silver, being a psychic guy, he has a signature move that remaps your controls randomly for a few seconds, and that can be really bad in certain spots. Like, usually it's not a big deal, but this stage's layout doesn't work really well with that kind of thing, so hopefully this is not gonna happen. Like, it's not too bad, like, because it's pretty short, but it unfortunately can cost you a race. So yeah, hopefully we will not see that. It usually happens right about here, actually. Right, it didn't happen. Nice. Can still happen, but in that spot right there where I did the flight thing as Tails, it can easily kill you. So it's not something. Oh, there it is. So that green lighting around me is the sign that Silver used his ability. Not a big deal during that like section where I was, but can throw you off. You know. Ooh, that tornado. Okay, nice. So yeah, that was the example of a character being in the second place throwing an item at me. So that tornado just flew across the entire stage and was trying to hit me. Unfortunately, it did not get me. Yeah, for this boss fight, we have another like super RNG heavy part of the game. So the way this boss fight works is that hold on. So there are sets of 4 platforms that will appear throughout the stage, and sometimes Eggman can stop before them, and then you will be able to get a few hits in. Sometimes he doesn't stop at all, like it happened with the first set of platforms. And I believe there are 3 arrangements of those platforms. So the one you saw before is the best one. This is the second best one, and the one that was the first, like the one that Eggman just smashed, is the worst one for sure. The very unfortunate thing about this fight is that those platforms are actually solid from below. Like, you can't just jump on top of them from beneath, which is really stupid for a 2D platformer. So unfortunately I have to jump around them, and SPO is in the way. You know, it's not the greatest fight for sure, but went relatively smoothly.
Boy.
So moving on to Mystic Hondo. I think this is my favorite zone in the game aesthetically. Very nice music too. I don't know, I just love those like haunted house type of levels in Sonic games. So yeah, we're racing against the ghost of Sonic here, because, you know, spooky mansion or something. So yeah, this place has like ghosts and you know, light switches. So like if the light is on, the ghosts will not spawn, but if the lights turn off automatically after some time, the ghosts start to appear. It's not a big deal usually, we can just avoid them pretty easily. Gonna jump down the rail here, jump around those things. So this level has 2 skips in it, coming up right here, so hopefully I will be able to pull them off. Alright, so I need to charge a spin dash here and just jump over that gap. Nice. Very nice. So I just did 2 skips back to back, the first of which skips like the jump panels. Oh no, that's not good. Ah, man. Yeah, that door was gonna close, so I had to reopen it again. So yeah, the first skipped a bunch of like jump panels you're supposed to jump in. Pretty nice one. The second skips, you're just running around the stage, going through portals. Each of those skips saves like 5 seconds. It's once again, not a huge time save, but very nice to get both of them. This is the last rival battle of the run, and this one is quite different because we have to win 5 rounds. This one is really interesting because it has a very consistent strat where I just jump on that platform and kick Tails 2 times. Well, the ghost of Tails, rather. But if I miss that strat, it's it's very likely to go very poorly, because the AI in this fight is just absolutely brutal. So hopefully we'll not miss anything. Alright, that's a bit unlucky. Oh, I just missed that one. Right. I got lucky. That could have gone much, much worse. You know, losing one round is not bad, really. But, like, not something you want to have here. Nice. So, you know, you might be wondering, why are we even here? Like, what does this mansion have to do with anything? So, according to this game plot, so like the plot of the game goes like this. So Sonic and Tails found out that a bunch of Chow gone missing, and they just were like, what's up with that? We want to find out. And they, like, you know, start chasing Eggman, because surely it's Eggman who's behind all of that. And after some time, they find out all of the Chows Eggman kidnapped are trapped in this mansion. And for some reason, Eggman needs all of them to open a portal to another dimension, which has a beast called Ifrit. And supposedly, Eggman needs Ifrit's power to take over the world or something. So, you know, something like that. The other characters have their own storylines, but I'll be honest, I don't remember them very well. Yeah. Nice. And we're almost done with this level. Oops. Come on.
Look.
All right, let's see if I can get a manip for this fight. Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. So the way this boss fight works is that there are light switches on the floor, and when Eggman, you know, gets caught by that light, you know, his cockpit gets revealed, and we can attack him. And so what I was gonna do in the beginning, I wanted to get that switch and get the first hit in, but unfortunately the Ghost Sonic got there first. Not a big deal. This fight is still going really well so far. Eggman can really fly around the stage. Oh, that was not funny. Oh well. So yeah, usually Eggman flies just around the stage, and it's kind of chaotic. I messed up a little bit, but hopefully... Oop, come on, come here. Come here. Alright, please, Eggman. Oh, please? Oh, come on, man. There we go. Well, the last hit didn't go according to plan, but it's fine. So now we're in this, like, other dimension. We traveled through a portal that was hidden in that mansion. And we see that, like, the whole world is falling apart, and that Ifrit beast that I was talking about earlier, he's about to wake up, so we need to get to him really quickly. So fun thing about this zone, which is the last zone in the run, this zone doesn't have any races really. Both Acts 1 and 3 are just time attacks, and this zone also doesn't have a rival battle. So after this act, we'll go to Act 3 immediately and then fight the final boss of the game. This is, I think, the late game. Ooh, I just went out of bounds. That happens. But yeah, the late game of this run is pretty cool. I think the last two zones are, like, my favorite in the game in terms of speedrunning. I like Mystic Hunt a lot casually, but the last two zones have just some really cool movement. Just a bunch of cool stuff going on. Nice. Oops, no, I didn't want to go there. Okay, it's fine. Gonna do the Sonic Boom here. So fun thing about Sonic Boom is that it alters your physics for some reason, just enough so that those quick time events thing don't launch you forward at full speed. So you can just skip some stuff with that. It's pretty interesting. Okay, loop skip. Yep, that worked. That loop skip can be quite dangerous because that loop has its own like gravity, and if you are not accurate enough with your movement, you can get caught up in the loop's gravity and just fall out of bounds and die. That isn't in this game isn't like super bad because you don't have lives and the game is pretty generous with checkpoints. Although we haven't seen one, but you know the checkpoints in this game act kind of like in any racing game really. There is just a bunch of invisible checkpoints throughout the level. So this level right here has the only actual glitch in the game. So let's see if I can get it. Didn't get it. That's fine. So that cannon right there can shoot you much faster if you time your shot just right, and that is called fast cannon glitch. It's only used a couple of times in the run in this level specifically. Tails, you're okay? It's can only be found in this level specifically, so it's used only twice, not a big deal. Alright, gonna fly up here. Oh, okay. So that mid-air jump right there, it skips a pretty nice chunk of the level actually. Despite how simple it looks, it's a very nice and very useful strat. Gonna ride this rocket right here. Not gonna do the fast cannon glitch there, because if you do get it on that cannon will just shoot you to your death. Not something you wanna happen to you, you know. Alright, let's see if I can get it here. Didn't get it. Hey, I wanna shoot. So to get the fast cannon glitch, you wanna shoot right before the cannon changes the angle. It's pretty precise. But it's fine. And we're almost at the end of the level. So fun fact, that fiery tornado has a bunch of cows flying inside. Like it just carries a bunch of like actual cows, which is really weird, but okay, I guess. And this is the final boss of the game. Ifrit kind of captured like Tails' mind, I guess, and so he's controlling his mind right now. This is which is why we're racing against Tails here. But this fight is not a race really. So as you can see, Tails doesn't really have a hit counter. So yeah, we just wanna kill the boss by ourselves while Tails is trying to stop us. Another interesting thing about this boss fight is that it requires 8 hits instead of the usual 6, which I guess makes sense with this being the final boss of the game. And the third thing is that there is a counter in the top right of the screen, which is actually a distance counter. So for some reason, we need to kill this guy before we'll land on the ground. So we're like flying through the air right now. Oh, Sonic got stuck in the Sonic? Okay, I've never seen that before. He just got stuck in a very weird state. But yeah, we want to kill this guy before we reach the ground for whatever reason. Not sure why, but so yeah, this fight is really not that bad. So you either fly through the air until the game throws a quick time event at you, which allows you to hit Ifrit and land on his body, and then Ifrit is just gonna breeze fire. While he does that, we want to attack his head 3 times before we can get an actual hit that counts. So if you pay attention to the texture of his head, right, oh, Tails, don't do that. So the texture on his head changes a little bit every time I hit him. Alright, nice. Just, unfortunately, you can get multiple hits sometimes, but it's only the first hit that counts. Like you saw that Tails did some damage to it right there. Doesn't count, whether better or worse. Yeah, just 2 more hits. Alright, let's see. The window for this quick time event is really tight, and I tend to miss it a lot, so I'm really glad I got that one. Missing that hit loses about 20 seconds. Pretty nice. And time. So yeah, now that the run is over, I can actually show what the cards looks like. So after you normally complete every level, like the game just gives you a bunch of cards for completing certain objectives. So yeah, we wanna skip those.
Tails, are you okay?
So yeah, thank you for watching this run. I will be back in a few minutes with yet another Sonic run, so stay tuned for that.
Alright, yeah, we'll have a couple minutes of a break for Black Doom to get ready, take a break, have some water. So if you need some water, have a snack, you have time for that without missing any runs. But in the meantime, I'd like to remind everyone that we do have several incentives open. The next one to close will be for Breath of Fire and the Boss Gauntlet, and that'll be closing in about 2.5 hours. So get in your donations and add in the description of that donation that it's for the Breath of Fire incentive, and we can get that marked down. For anybody new stopping by, this is SpeedGaming Marathon for No Kid Hungry, which is a charity with the mission of ending childhood hunger. You can get the donation link by typing !NKH in the chat. It's also on our Twitch profile, and also at speedgaming.org/NoKidHungry. And thank you for helping us support a great cause. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Sonic 4 Episode 2. Alright, it's almost time for Sonic 4 Episode 2, but first we have an anonymous $50 donation with no message. Thank you for that donation very much. Thank you very much for that donation. And yeah, we're going to be coming back here with Black Doom and Sonic 4 Episode 2 in just a moment. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh. Alright, hello, and welcome back to more Sonic Gaming. So this is Sonic 4 Episode 2, more traditional Sonic game, just, go through levels, kill bosses, all that good stuff. No racing. Yeah, I guess I'm good to go, and I can start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Sorry. So yeah, unfortunately the game doesn't have audio when I'm tapped out, so it's fine. So this is, yeah, more traditional Sonic game. This was supposed to be like a continuation of the original classic series way back from the 90s. But it's quite a different game, really. The most interesting thing about this game is that it has combo moves that we can do with Tails. So in the first level we obtain the flight move, which works pretty much as expected. You just fly, by pressing the... So you can call... So first of all, you need to initiate the move by pressing a dedicated button. And then when you're in the air, you can just, press the jump button to go higher with that flight thingy. Pretty, nothing too crazy about it. And just like that, Act 1 is done. Alright, so for Act 2, in Act 2 we're gonna be acquiring yet another combo move with Tails, which we'll get in just a few seconds. It's the swinging move. Won't be using this one a lot around just because this level has only 2 water levels, really. Works kind of like the flight move, except you need to hold the direction in which you want to go. So, if you want to go forward, you hold the right direction on the joystick and then just mash the A button. Right, nice. You can fall down in the water there instead of running on it. Not sure why that happens, but luckily I didn't get trolled by the game. I'm gonna do the flight here. Normally you're supposed to wait for the water level to rise, and there are gonna be a couple of platforms that the water carries, and you're supposed to jump on them. But it's waiting flow. We don't want that. We want to go fast, so yeah. And in Act 3 we're gonna be acquiring our last combo move of the game, which is gonna be the most important in the run. You will see it in just a second. I wanna... you don't acquire the move until you get to a certain spot in the level. So right here, so this is the rolling combo, and it's gonna be the main form of movement throughout the run, because as you can see, oops, we're moving much faster than usual. Oops. So the way this combo works is pretty interesting. So the game actually moves you automatically. You don't really need to press anything except for the jump button to jump over obstacles, I guess. And yeah, you're moving really fast. However, if you bump into a wall once, you will lose some of your speed, and I believe that after one hit, your speed will be equal to your normal walking speed. If you take another hit, you will slow down even more, and it's not really effective to move in that form, really. And after the third hit, the move will just cancel itself. So we just really want to avoid walls while moving in that state. This level kills a lot of runs usually, so I'm just happy to be out of here. And after Act 3, we usually have a boss fight. So this one is really easy. In fact, we're going to be attacking Eggman so quickly that he won't have a chance to attack us. And another pretty interesting thing about this fight is that, like in classic Sonic games, bosses usually take 8 hits, but this one takes 9 for some reason. It's just so weird. But yeah, we're gonna be flying up here once, hitting twice, letting Eggman to do his animation, jump up here once, 2. Alright, so gonna release a little more tentacles, gonna attack us, we're gonna jump up, fly up. This time we're gonna do 3 hits instead of 2. Nice, and for the final phase of this fight, Eggman is gonna do this weird animation. I guess that makes him his robot more powerful. Usually he's supposed to shoot lasers at you and like do a lot of other things, but once again we're attacking him so fast that he has just no chance to do that. And with that, the first boss is done. $115, not too bad, not too bad. Alright, White Park is pretty nice zone, I think. Really nice looking stage. So yeah, this is your like typical snow stage, you know. So we're gonna be doing a lot of like snow related stuff, just like pushing snowballs and riding a snowboard and such. I'm gonna do a jump right here. Nice. I'm gonna be seeing a couple of avalanche chases too. gonna go through a little wall of snow here. You can only enter this wall of snow if you're doing this roll combo, and if you cancel that move while being in that snow wall, you just die. So you don't want to lose that combo, to lose that state. Alright, just a couple more jumps. So that last jump in the snow is very interesting, because for some reason, if you jump a little higher than that, the game will send you on a different path that is much slower than just, flying through the air. Not sure why that happened, but just the Sonic 4 things, I guess. So after every level, there is a little text on the screen that says you can press the Y button to go to the next level, and I usually want to do that after every level, because if you don't do that, the game will send you to the main map of the game, and it will play a bunch of animations, and a lot of text boxes will pop up saying that you unlocked this level and that zone, and etc, and you can lose, I believe you can lose up to 20 seconds if you don't just go to the next level immediately. So obviously, like, the later that happens, the more text boxes will pop up. Not something you usually want to happen. Yeah, this level, nothing too crazy. It's the easiest level in the run. It's really just hold right the level. The platforming is fairly easy too. So yeah, not too bad. I'm gonna jump above a few platforms and done. So yeah, that giant ring right there is a special stage ring. This game is like trying to be that classic Sonic game, so you enter special stages through those giant rings, and the special stages in this game are pretty similar to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 special stages, like the half-pipe special stages. We're not gonna be doing both in this run. Instead, what we're gonna do is Wildfire Cat 3. Another pretty difficult level. Like, took me a while to get this one right. Those jumps are really tight. But the most difficult jump is gonna be at the very end of the level, so hopefully that one is gonna go well. That bear enemy right there, I believe that's the only enemy in the game that normally takes more than one hit. I believe that one takes 3 hits actually, which I guess makes sense for a 10k enemy, but still. Alright, gonna make the water rise, gonna initiate the rolling combo, and nice. That jump is really tight. So you want to jump right after, like, you land on the ground after initiating the combo. If you jump immediately, you don't have enough speed to cross that gap, and you don't die, but there is a very high chance that you're just gonna drown because you're in the water. Luckily, that was the last water level in the game, so no more of that. And for the boss fight of the zone, we're gonna be having the first confrontation with Metal Sonic. This is kind of an auto-scroller looking fight. We're gonna be chasing Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is gonna be attacking us, and after his attacks, he's gonna become vulnerable, and we're gonna be hitting him. This fight has the first instance of RNG in the game, so this first part right here is always the same, but this part can go a few different ways, really. So Metal Sonic can have he has 3 attacks, the first of which is this dash attack, where he sort of rolls and jumps around and tries to hit us. The second attack, oh, we're not gonna see it just yet. It's interesting that he did that one twice in a row. It's not something that happens that often. Okay, so this is the second attack he can do. Gonna throw from anywhere between 1 to 3 electric barriers. Got 3, a little unlucky. So obviously you want to get 1. Ooh, I got sent in the background. So normally I want to avoid those springs because they sent me to the background of the stage, and you can't hit Metal Sonic while you're in the background. That spring isn't too terrible because it, you get sent back relatively quickly, but usually you want to avoid those springs. Yeah. And for the final attack, Metal Sonic is gonna do like this thing where he just jumps around, but we can easily avoid it, and just like that, Metal Sonic is dead. Yeah. Not a fan of this fight, really, but I think this fight has the best music track in the game. They didn't quite nail that, Genesis sound they were going for, but this track is like just super cool, and I think this game in general has some nice music. Alright, so Oil Desert 1 is like Oil Desert is your typical like desert stage like in a Sonic game. So this stage has this wind mechanic where the wind will push you in a certain direction. Luckily, when we're in the rolling combo, the wind doesn't affect our movement at all. So it's nothing to worry about, really. And I didn't get the spin dash jump. Not a big deal. Right, I'm gonna jump down here. Initiate the rolling combo. Jump here on that inverted loop. Jump here, break through that crate. It's funny that devs actually expected you to do that jump at all, so they put like a little thing for you there. This is probably the scariest part of the stage, so we're gonna do a spin dash jump followed by a flight. The first 2 spin dash jumps are not too bad, but the third one can be a little scary. Nice. So the reason why it is scary is that after doing the spin dash jump itself, I'm gonna do a homing attack in the air to propel myself forward a little more, and that last final bit has a bunch of enemies that are nearly impossible to kill, so it's very likely that they're gonna kill you instead. Alright, so this level is very interesting because of this jump coming up right here. Let's see if I can get it. I got the jump. Let's go. So the reason why the jump is so important because so the thing with this game in general is that almost every level has some sort of moving blocks or platforms like that are gonna get in your way, and by getting that jump I can get just the right cycles so none of the obstacles are in my way and I can roll through the stage relatively freely. If I didn't get that jump, that would cost me 10 seconds, I believe, but this should be a 53. No, 54, okay. We're low 54, almost a 53. So Act 3 has this mechanic where you're like in this garage area and a bunch of sand is falling. Normally you're supposed to wait for the sand to rise to get out of here, but we can instead we can use sails to just fly through all of that. And I really love this level. I think this level has a lot of nice platforming because like of these sections, like you're not waiting for the sands, you're just going really fast. It's the platforming is really nice in these sections. Alright, and right here we're gonna initiate the rolling combo. Gonna jump into this wall. That is gonna kill all of my speed, which is just enough to tilt that seesaw. So that seesaw has a stream of sand falling on top, and if we don't tilt it the other way, that stream of sand is gonna push me down and send me to a much slower path. Don't want that to happen. Alright, just gonna get through this last section of the game, of the level I'm in. The game is not over yet. We got a couple more zones ahead. Yeah, 118 is a really nice time. Alright, so the boss fight of this zone has probably the only like actual speedrun strat that is not like intended, I guess. So let's see if I can get it. Alright, let's see. Up and down. I'm gonna jump here. Very nice. So normally you're not supposed to get a hit that early, but for some reason Eggman's hitbox is active for like a fraction of a second there. So you can get a hit, and that early hit saves 12, maybe 13 seconds. You know, really nice thing. But the rest of this fight is not so exciting. So Eggman is just gonna drop a bunch of crates, and he can do this attack with his saw, where he will destroy a bunch of crates, you know. But other than that, we just really want to be on top of the highest crate and attack Eggman before he can do his attack. This is gonna take like another minute or so. Some of the crates have these spikes coming out of them. Some of the crates are gonna act like a bomb. We'll see them in a... Oh, there's the one. So yeah, after the timer runs out, the crate will explode. Alright, gonna jump here, gonna attack Eggman. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, jump. So yeah, then Eggman gets out of this area. I was just counting his steps to make sure that I jump at the right time. He's gonna jump around the stage now a few times. Then he's gonna jump onto the actual stage, we're gonna initiate the rolling combo to knock him down and get the last hit. Pretty well, not too bad, not too bad at all. Oh boy, Sky Fortress 1. So yeah, this is quite a level. It's quite different from the rest of the levels in the game because we're like standing on this plane and we're flying through the air. This concept is kind of common in Sonic games. There was a level like that in Sonic 2. There was a level like that in Sonic Mania. Probably in some other... Oh, Sonic Pocket Adventure 2, actually. Probably in some other games that I can think of right now. Yeah, this is a pretty lengthy auto-scroller. Wait, what happened there? I just got stuck. I've never seen that. But yeah, this is a pretty lengthy auto-scroller. Takes about 4 minutes and 52 seconds, roughly, like, give or take. So, you know, you can speed up this level, actually. So, this level has a couple of these sections where the plane is flying much faster, and the game does a little animation before you transition into this section. And so if you stand in just the right spot, the animation will take a little more time. So you can save like maybe a second in total. It's not something really crazy. But yeah, I think like for being an auto-scroller, this level is pretty nice. Like there is a lot of things going on. You get like these different sections with different kind of type of movement. You know, where like, you know, just like that one where your plane moves much faster and you really have to just avoid obstacles. And then there is Metal Sonic in his battleship in the background. He's gonna try to attack. You're gonna release a bunch of enemies that you have to fly around. So while this level is pretty lengthy, I think there is a lot of really nice stuff going on here. Alright, gonna go into this faster section again. Oh, grab the red ring. Nice. So those red rings are like a pretty common collectible in Sonic games. And usually you can, like, I don't know, like unlock certain bonus things for collecting the red rings. In this game, red rings don't do absolutely anything, well, except they give you a Steam achievement if you collect all of them. Pretty lame, but oh well. Now we're gonna leave the plane for a brief period of time. This section is pretty scary, casually, and I still lose runs to this from time to time. Hopefully nothing terrible will happen. Dying in this level is really bad because of, you know, it's an auto-scroller and okay. I'm not dead. That was really scary. But yeah, in an auto-scroller you don't want to die, really. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get back. And for the final part of the level, we're gonna have this little mini boss where Metal Sonic is gonna shoot cannonballs, and we're supposed to bounce them back into his ship to deal damage. Relatively easy fight. You just need to position yourself in one specific spot, and you will be able to hit the cannonballs every time pretty consistently.
Could I take up a moment of this auto-scroller with a donation?
Sure, yeah.
Awesome. Disco Foo donates $5 and says, "Stay safe, everyone. Pure love from me to you."
Alright, this will take just 15 more seconds probably, and we're gonna be back to the actual gameplay. And that was the last hit. Should be 451. Oh, that was a 451. Nice. Saved maybe half a second there. Alright, Sky Fortress. I really love this zone. Like, first level is whatever, but I think this zone is just really nice aesthetically. The music is really cool. Some of my favorite music in the game, and the like the general movement here is really nice too. So yeah, this zone. So if you've played Sonic 2, you probably can tell that this was inspired by Wing Fortress zone, but I think this is a superior zone, really. I just prefer it, really. Okay, so gonna jump right here. Nice. Gonna skip a bit of the stage. Alright, gonna run on this wall. It's a really neat mechanic. You can actually exploit the run up to that wall. If you home in attack on that bridge leading to that wall run, you can go really fast, but unfortunately Sonic is just uncontrollable when you do that, so can't be used in the runs. Oh, got hit by the flamethrower. That's fine. Okay, and 123, not too bad, not too bad. Act 3, right. By far the hardest stage in the run. This stage has a lot of really precise jumps, so the first of which is right there. We just skipped one cycle on that burner. Saved about 5 seconds, I want to say. I really love this stage. This stage has some of the best aesthetics. Oops, I wasn't supposed to cancel the combo there. Has some of the best aesthetics in the game, really. It's a really good looking stage, especially for a game like this. Alright, normally we're supposed to take those cannons. They're gonna shoot us across the stage, but we can just fly up here, do this very cool looking jump, and go right here. Unfortunately, this level has those moving blocks that are gonna be in our way, so realistically you're saving time in the chunks of 7 seconds in this level. Alright, so this part is really tough. Nail it. Let's go. So for those jumps, you just want to tap the jump button ever so slightly. Oh, I got stuck on those platforms. Not a big deal. So yeah, you want to tap the jump button ever so slightly to be able to jump on the other platform. Normally you're supposed to use Tails there to fly across them, but Tails' flight is really slow. While it helps a lot with gaining height, it's not a really good movement option, like if you want to go fast. Nice. should be 143. Not bad at all. Very good. Yeah, I think the fastest time I've got in a run in this stage is 139, and the best known time for this level is 132. So because of those like moving blocks in the middle of the stage, can't save like time any other way, only in 7-second increments. But yeah, so this is yet another Metal Sonic boss fight. So this fight can be divided into 3 parts. In the first fight, Metal Sonic can either approach us from above or from below and shoot a bunch of lasers. We want Metal Sonic to approach us from above because that gives me an opportunity to get 2 hits on him. Yeah, just like that. Alright, gonna hit him once. He's gonna now shoot a bunch of lasers, which we need to get through. Alright, I'm gonna hit him once again. Hopefully he will approach us. Yep. Gonna approach us from above once again. Gonna repeat the same thing. And we're gonna move on to the next phase of this fight. If Metal Sonic approaches you from below, you have little to no chance getting even a single hit. But this way we can get 2 hits. Now Metal Sonic is gonna fly in front of us, gonna shoot his lasers, gonna release the bird robots. A bit of RNG. Oh, I got really unlucky. Wow. Yeah, there is a bit of RNG with... Come on, man, that's so unfair. A bit of RNG with how Metal Sonic shoots the lasers and the way those robots fly. Usually it goes a little better than that. I am getting the marathon luck, I guess. Oh well. Come on! That was so unfair. I locked onto the robot instead of Metal Sonic. You please just let me through. Oh my god. There we go. And for the final hit, we're gonna be entering this faster moving plane mode. Oh, I got where I like it. Please don't kill me. So this is the main like thing about this fight. So Metal Sonic, oh please let me through. So Metal Sonic is throwing those rockets at you. They can either be at the top or at the bottom of the screen, and if Metal Sonic throws the first rocket at the bottom of the screen, you can do your last hit immediately. But if the rocket comes at the top of the screen, you unfortunately have to dodge it. You can't do anything about it, so you have to fly around those rockets, just like I did there. Loses a bit of time, like 10 seconds probably, if you can recover quickly. Unfortunately, it's RNG. It's a 50-50, so yeah. So the next level, I want to say this in advance, has this gravity gimmick going on, and it's gonna tilt and rotate a bunch. So if you have like severe seasickness, motion sickness, I would suggest to look away for a couple of minutes. Yeah. This is the last zone in the game. This is sort of Eggman's base. This zone has only 1 level and then the final boss fight. Pretty tricky level, just because of those like gravity switchings and such. Nice, and well, last time, well, not the last time, but we're gonna be seeing Metal Sonic once again. Quite like a mini boss of sorts. Has a bit of RNG in it too. Nice. So the RNG comes in form of Eggman's movement, actually. Like, he can release those orange blades at the bottom of his Egg Mobile and then move around for a bit of time. Usually we want to get something like this where he doesn't do anything at all and just lets us attack Metal Sonic immediately. Very average RNG here, really. Not too bad. And now we're gonna proceed as normal. Ooh, nice. Let's go. That jump lets you skip a bit of platforming. It's a really nice jump. Really cool looking, I think. Feels really great to do it as well. Alright, let's see if the game decides to work here. Nope. So yeah, unfortunately, gravity switching and the flight mechanic don't work together really well. So sometimes the game can just cancel your flight move when the gravity is switching. Very jank mechanic, really, but oh well. And for the end of this fight, for the end of this level, we're gonna be racing Metal Sonic. So if you're familiar with Sonic CD, and if you recognize this music, you can probably tell that this was inspired by the Stardust Speedway boss from Sonic CD. Luckily, you have this wonderful rolling mechanic on our side. It's gonna let me move really quickly. Gonna win this race, no problem. Yeah, apparently if you lose this race, you get killed by that electrified door or something. I don't know. I've never lost this race. And here we are. This is the final boss of the game. So fun fact, I've never beaten this boss like casually without collecting all the Chaos Emeralds before I learned this run. Normally, so if you're familiar with Sonic games, if you collect all Chaos Emeralds, you can get 50 rings and turn into Super Sonic, which is just... and he is invincible, right? So this fight is not a problem when you have Super Sonic. But without Super Sonic, this fight can be quite troublesome, because it features a ton of damage boosting. Like, this fight is just so scary when you don't have Super Sonic. Ring management is really important in this fight. You don't want to lose all of your rings. Like, you need to take damage to do this fight faster, but you still want to have some rings, right? Because otherwise you're not gonna be able to damage boost. Definitely a very scary fight. Lost quite a few good PB paces to this one. Hopefully this one will go well. Alright, just about a minute left. So now Eggman is gonna create a little protective shield around his robot, which we're just gonna break with the rolling combo, and then we will be able to do our hit. So nothing too crazy. Oops. Come on. Nice. Come on. Hit the guy. Okay, that was a little scuffed. And I think this is gonna be the last hit. Oh, that is really bad. Uh-oh. We might not. We might be here for a while, actually. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, that fight is scary. That can happen, I guess. Unfortunately, we have to redo the whole fight. Yeah, that can happen. Really scary fight. And, like, the fact that you're using the flight mechanic with those, like, the whole gravity thing going on, it just doesn't work really well sometimes, so I got a little unlucky. Hopefully this fight will go much better second time. It happens. Like, it's really interesting, like, the first few boss fights in this game are nothing too crazy, but then the Metal Sonic boss fights at the end of Sky Fortress and this one, they're much more difficult than the rest. Like, this one in particular is very scary. I'm gonna break the shield here. Do the hit. Alright, I'm not gonna say anything this time because anything can happen, but, you know. Hopefully nothing too bad. Hopefully. Alright. And time. Yeah, that's the game. Just want to say thank you for having me here. If you're interested in Sonic speedrunning, make sure to join Sonic Speedrunning Discord, and then a lot of individual games have their own Discords too. I would also like to give a quick shout out to Sonic Speedrunning community. I started speedrunning about a year ago, and I met a bunch of really wonderful people. Really nice, really wholesome community. Much love to all of my friends. Yeah. Thank you for having me here. If you're interested, yeah, make sure to join the Discord. Yeah, see you. Bye.